This is Soto Ayam and it is Indonesian Chicken Noodle Soup. We are making this dish as part of the upcoming Raya and the Last Dragon series. Boun will be expanding his menu. Food is one of the themes in Raya and the Last Dragon, so we're going to need some food for the props. It's difficult to find the doll props that are from outside of what we consider to be the Western culture, so we're going to make them all. I'm thinking of making 10 dishes from 10 countries in the Southeast Asia. I'm going to start from Indonesia and then work my way up toward Myanmar. I basically searched online for the most popular dishes from each country and then I selected one from each country by ease of making the dish, the aesthetics, and the type of meal it is. Some food seems to overlap among many countries too. As I go outside of what we typically consider as the Western culture, there are less resources available, everything from background images to background information. I was browsing around for some images that I could use for the Raya series and I felt like it was very lacking. So, we're going to make them all. To start off this process, I'm going to start with Soto Ayam from Indonesia. I think it's basically a chicken noodle soup. It has some pieces of chicken, cooked or grilled, very thin, long pieces of noodle, some chicken broth, a hard-boiled egg, slices of tomato and lime, some chopped scallion or coriander or both, some fried shallot, and some optional chopped chili peppers. As for what kind of other spices go into the recipe, I did not research. I don't know what it tastes like, but I bet they taste great like all other chicken noodle soup. To make the dish, I started by making the bowl. I cut out a piece of cardboard. I cut and taped it in a shape of a bowl. I squeezed some clay into the cardboard mold and then baked it. I covered up the dish with some white clay and then baked it again. Next, I made some noodle. I rolled a very long, thin piece of clay until it resembled a piece of noodle. I filled the bowl with the noodle about halfway. I baked it again so the noodle will stay in place. Next, I made the hard-boiled egg. I rolled a piece of clay into a ball and then flattened one side. I roughened up the egg yolk area with the hard tip of a paintbrush. Later, I painted the egg yolk with yellow acrylic paint. To make the chicken pieces, I cut out some thin short pieces of clay and then texturized them with pins. I painted them with brown and orange paint to make them look like chicken pieces. I made the slices of tomato and the lime by cutting out circular clay pieces. I painted them to look like tomatoes and lime with acrylic paint. To make the chopped scallion and chili peppers, I rolled a thin piece of clay and a piece of wooden dowel so that we can make small rings. I chopped them up into little pieces. I painted the scallion green and chili peppers red. For the fried shallots, I cut out very thin pieces of clay. I baked them and then painted them brown, orange, and purple. For the coriander leaves, I made a very thin piece that looked like a coriander leaf. I baked it and then I painted it green and then cut them up into smaller pieces with scissors. When I have all of the ingredients, I made the chicken broth. I squeezed some clear resin onto a parchment paper and then mixed it with a dab of yellow acrylic paint. I poured it into the bowl and then quickly put all other ingredients on top of the noodle. I cured the resin and then the dish is done. Here is Soto Ayam. One dish done, 9 more to go.